Dominick versus Rey, the Battle of the Mysterios. And okay, I've got to admit it. Whoever came up with the idea for Dominick's entrance, it was great. They deserve a raise. They bring him out in a prison van with guards. He gets out of the thing. He's in handcuffs. They walk him to the ring and uncuff him at ringside. Good old ex-con Dom. I mean, that was beautiful. And the thing about Dominick is he's not an ass kicker. He's not, a heel that needs to go on a long winning streak because he gets such he's a chicken shit heel that gets such heat being a chicken shit and being an asshole and whatever the case that, you can do a variety of things with him. And of everybody else this wasn't my favorite match on the show, but of everybody on the fucking show, top to bottom, Dominick has not just improved, but made leaps and bounds over the last, 2 years?
Just the last year. Just look at the last year. Last year, I think he was still teaming with his dad at WrestleMania. And in 1 year, he's become one of my favorite, I'll use the word performer because it's really less about his in-ring stuff than anything else. One of my favorite people in the business. Like his stuff, the promos the last few weeks, the thing with his mom and his sister, the idea that everyone knows he got arrested for that little incident in his house and he was out right away and he acts like he was in prison. I mean, this has all been working really, really well.
Well, and you said, performer, but, and remember we were talking about a year ago or a year and a half ago, well, he looks so young and it just doesn't, there was no need to have the babyface, cheery Dominick with Rey Mysterio. He was just a cheesy kid. But this transformation, he's great. And in the ring, I wrote at the start, we're going to see how good Dominick is here because he's going to be as good as he can be against his father. And, with a veteran like Rey, knowing what to do and how to do it, and it being his son and wanting him to get over, and Dom working as hard as he could. This was Dominick was with him on every step and some complicated shit. And he was right there. I love that Rey came out in the lowrider with Eddie's music. Of course, it was driven by Snoop Dogg. We'll see more of him later on. And the father versus son match with all of this horrible animosity and heartbreak was sponsored by Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And it's fine they want to sponsor a match, but now the lighted boards on the side of the ring and the barricade, it's all lit up. It looked like a New Day match with all the fucking Cheerios or whatever. But anyway, I think the Dominick versus Hook, whose future is brighter contest has been decided decisively.
Should have had Conan come out in the car with Snoop Dogg and Rey after that speech the night before.
You know what? That would have been, they probably figure Conan is not under contract to us. We're not going to put him out there for WrestleMania.
No, I know. I can see the reason why, but I don't know. It felt like after the night before, they should have done that.
Yeah. But anyway, so Rey shined a little bit at the start, and he always constructs his matches to where they can take over quick his opponents, and he can sell from underneath because he's a smaller guy. But he did some good shit at the start and then took his belt off and whipped Dominick with it. I thought they were going to do your finish. What a pop it got. He didn't tap out on it, though.
You had to do it, though. You had to do a spanking spot.
Yeah.
You had to.
But then Dominick goes to the floor, and there's sister and mom, and he grabs the sister's drink and throws it in her face, and she starts to climb over the railing, and Rey comes and holds her back, and Dominick cuts him off. So what a great heat spot again. And Dominick did not get nervous and did not let the stadium and WrestleMania and everything else get the better of him. He was still working people. He was making faces. He wasn't rushing. He did everything that you could have asked him to do. And finally, he goes back to his mother and taunting her, and she smacks him. And that starts Rey making a comeback. and he's kicking Dominick's ass, but here comes Damian Priest and Finn Balor to ringside. There's going to be shenanigans. And did you see I don't even know if it has a name, but the flipping face buster to the bottom buckle that Dominick gave to Rey?
Yeah, I saw the referee went right over to Rey to make sure he was okay. He saw it too.
Yeah. Well, and Rey took it. He ran, flipped upside down into Dominick, and Dominick just goes backwards, and Rey took it the rest of the way over, but holy shit, that looked good. And then Rey foiled the Three Amigos, stopped him and hit a 619, but Priest interfered. And that's when the Lucha Suits came out and attacked Priest and Balor, and they fought off. And then Dominick hit Rey with a 619 and a frog splash for a 2 count. And then Dominick goes over and takes the turnbuckle pad off. And as the referee comes over and says, "You can't do that," and he's putting the turnbuckle pad back on, Dominick goes over to where Priest has left his suit jacket laying on the corner of the ring and pulls a logging chain out. Why don't they use a good old dog choker chain like we always used to, that you could actually hide and you could hit somebody with wrapped around your fist and not kill your own self? They're always these 6-foot chains. But as he's got the chain, Bugs Bunny, he's back. He's been doing commentary at the announce desk. He comes up and grabs the chain and allows Rey to hit the 619 and then the frog splash 1, 2, 3. So lots of interference at the end, but the match couldn't have been better. And Dominick more than held up his part. I thought this was my second favorite match of the night. I liked Cena and Theory for the result and the star power. This was very good. We haven't got to my favorite match yet. But so far, if night 2's better than night 1, we got something. We'll see what happens. What'd you think here?
I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. I was into the whole thing. I know you called him Bugs Bunny, but I didn't mind Bad Bunny being involved. If this is going to build to Dominick at Bad Bunny, that's interesting in terms of where they see Dominick. Hey, listen, I know people that were in that building. They said when they introduced Bad Bunny before this match, he was the most over guy on the show up to that point.
How?
Because he's a major music star that crosses genres right now. Suzanne and the kids love him. I've never listened to one of his songs. And he's a big star, so I don't have a big problem with him being involved. And him and Dominick, he's not a big guy, so him and Dominick could make some sense.
Or maybe some dollars if they do it right.
It's been said that Triple H thinks that Dominick has a big future there. Do you see it now? I mean, we didn't see it a year ago, but do you see it now?
Yes. Well, again, a year ago, as a smiling babyface kid tag along to Rey, there wasn't much there, and he didn't have a physique or a look that, one would expect or one would think was going to get people excited about liking him. But all of those weaknesses as a heel become strengths. Yes, he does have to cover that, lack of upper body up with a full body outfit, but he's supposed to be a Weasley kid and a chicken shit and all that stuff. So this works now. And the personality that he's found and brought out in himself is great. It's not a gimmick that's going to switch to, he's going to become a babyface and not have to change anything, but he can run for a while as a heel like this.
You keep him with Priest? Because if you're going to have him as a chicken shit, he needs some kind of muscle.
Yeah, I think in the group. And, here's the problem is the thing that really made him look good was him and Mommy. But if Mommy's a stone cold babyface now, which she just about is after this next match.
That's interesting, yeah.
It doesn't work. And it's better for Rhea, but it might not be as good for Dominick that, Mommy can't be there. And they can't switch Dominick babyface. So he needs to be in the Judgment Day, but the best part of the package was Dominick and Rhea together. I don't know, maybe mommy can have a split personality. Who knows?